What's up, guys? Sports guy Mike Looper here from Grandstand Radio Network. Third installment of our video blogs. This is just crazy. What's been going on all day? Bill Romanowski, Cris Carter. We're not going to make this a long one. Here's the thing. I love the fact that Cris Carter went on Hillenschlager last night, said he had to put some change on Romanowski because he's a wackadoodle, and the simple fact that he's a nutbag. The guy's a nutbag. If you listen to any part of any of this that Bill Romanowski said, for one, let's get this straight. I don't know what's wrong with the guy. His voice, creeping me out. Here's the deal. Cris Carter said he put a bounty on Romanowski's head. Now, I guess maybe he might have used the word because of the Saints deal. But to me, this wasn't about a bounty, and he even said it. He said that it wasn't necessarily a bounty. What it was is it was more of my protection. I was protecting myself. He said he was going to put a bounty on my head, or he said, you're going down. I'm going to get you. You better watch yourself. Look, when it's coming from maybe you're on the basketball court and you're playing a little 3-on-3 and dude's like, you know what, man, I'm going to take it to the hole. Or you're on a football field and the guy says, I'm going to wrap you up. You ain't going to gain a yard. That's different. But when someone says, I'm coming after you, you're going down, and you're talking about Bill Romanowski. And I want to play this because I did cue this up. This is something that Bill said about the hit on Kerry Collins. Now listen to this.
Hey, I was going after I take that back. Yes, I was going after anybody who had the ball in their hand. So, was I doing it more than, because it was him? Was I like, oh, Cris Carter, I got to focus on him? Absolutely not.
You broke Kerry Collins' jaw, cost you $20,000. Was that a bounty, or were you just playing Bill Romanowski football?
That was Bill Romanowski football, one of the best hits I ever had in my life. He's bleeding out of his ears, his nose, his mouth, and his helmet was cracked in 3 places, and his face mask was mangled.
That's not a guy that you should. That's not a guy that you don't have to worry about coming after you and trying to end your career. Now, first of all, he contradicted himself. He said that he's never gone after a single player. He's never called out a player and intentionally tried to hurt a player. Here's his resume on just that. Tony Gonzalez kicked him in the face mask. And if I can, I'm going to try to get the clip of Cris Carter at the end of the conversation he had with Colin Cowherd about him hurting and subsequently ending the career of his own player on his own team during practice. Kerry Collins broke his jaw, blood coming out of his ears, nose, mouth, helmet split open. This is not a guy you should be worried about. This is a guy that Cris Carter shouldn't have taken seriously. Please. J.J. Stokes, he spit in J.J. Stokes' face. If that's not targeting a player, I don't know what is. Now, I'm going to try to find this piece real quick with Cris Carter while he was talking, and I think I can get it relatively close, but bear with me here. I'm going to try to get this piece where he talks about if he thinks, Colin asked him if he thinks he's a dirty player. So let's see what we got.
Yeah. Well, catch the ball, not go alligator arms over the middle.
Right. Yeah. And you're talking about football was different then. They had the ability to be able to hit you in your head with a shoulder. It's like, so the game and your ability to be able to think clear as a wide receiver it's critical.
Well, and that's a very good point that you bring up, is that it was a different culture. And so, again, Romo just basically said, I'm taking you out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, right before the first snap. It's not like I no need to backpedal. I remember exactly what happened. I remember exactly. I was coming out the left side of the huddle. He was the right outside linebacker. I remember,
2001, you break out of the huddle.
Yeah, we played in Denver. I think Jeff George was the quarterback. So
Well, I apologize for that. So
I had a great guy. I had 180 yards. So obviously he didn't scare me. So what he said didn't work either.
Okay. But you remember coming out of the huddle, mile-high grass.
Yeah.
Romo lines up.
First play from scrimmage. No, I'm leaving the huddle. And he yells across to me. No problem. I told him, thanks for the warning.
So you in the next play go into the huddle.
Absolutely. Randall McDaniel, I need y'all's help. Watch Romanowski. He already yelled at me one time. I need to do my job. Y'all get on him. And they'll take care of it.
All right. We just need clarity.
You got it, brother.
It's cool walking in the hallway. Sometimes I see him
We
in
have a
the
huge
room.
advantage to that. We're working at ESPN.
Yes, we do. For the record, did you see Romo as a dirty player?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Probably one of the dirtiest players that's played the last 20 years.
All right.
And he said he never targeted a player. What about when he beat up his teammate and ended his career? So when he spit on J.J. Stokes, was he trying to spit at the guy behind Stokes?
So he acknowledged he regretted that.
But he said he never targeted a player.
You don't agree?
So if you spit on a player, what are you targeting? He beat up his teammate in practice and ended the guy's career. Okay? If he ended his teammate's career, if a guy tells me he's going to potentially end my career, I think that I'll take notice.
Okay.
And there you have it. Those are all the things I just finished saying. This is not a stable guy. Sounds like an 80-year-old man that they drug out of his hospital bed and unhooked him from his morphine drip. Now, here's the even funnier thing. He went on ESPN. He had a camera crew go to his house so that he could, I guess, say what he wanted to say. Said that he never targeted a player, that he never intentionally called out Cris Carter and was never going to hurt him. Look, I don't believe a word of this nutbag. I just don't. That's my take on it. If you want to leave a comment, if you have something to say, if you've ever seen Romo, if you've ever talked to him, you give me your comments. You tell me what you think. If you think I'm crazy, if you think Cris Carter was silly for saying that he had to put a bounty on Romanowski's head, this is a man that is not stable. If he can spit in a man's face and said he's never targeted anybody, kick a man while he's down and kick him in the face mask, and then break a guy's jaw and say that it was the best football hit of his career. The guy's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Remember what I said right here. Romanowski is a nutbag. That's all I'm saying. I'm sports guy Mike Looper. Thanks for coming by and checking us out. I really appreciate you guys checking out the other videos. We're going to have some better stuff coming up as well here in the near future. GrandstandRadio.com. You can find out about all our shows. The Sports Guy Mike Show, Tuesday, Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Sunday, noontime, we have our Sports Out Loud show. And also don't forget to check out our installments of Hear All About It as well. Thank you guys for coming and checking out the video. I appreciate it as always. And in parting, as I always say, don't sweat the small stuff. I'm out of here. See ya!